Pull. Again. Pull. Pull. Ah, that's a disappointment.
Right, do you know how to shoot? Like, seriously? Alright, so cylinder's coming out. Let's put a quarter in. Improved cylinder, as they say. Right, half choke. So, where we're now on a half choke, we're now actually sort of noticing that the patterns are drawing in. Certainly, let's take this out, shall we? Certainly on a couple of shots there you could see where I was just slightly off. I still hit it, but just taking the edges off. You know, when I hit the bottom edge off, you're shooting below it. If you shoot the left-hand edge off, you're shooting to the left of it. Whereas with the more open chokes, which is why certainly I don't use them, is you never have an idea of where you are. You're going to hit it, but it doesn't help you perform better.
Yeah, the next one.
Modified or 3/4 choke. Now we're getting to man territory.
Full and full.
Yes, I'm going to fit 2 chokes in this semi-automatic somehow.
One in the forcing cone.
Yeah, why not?
It's really up there.
Yeah, as you can see now, really mullering them. Doing a much better job than the cylinder did. The cylinder was starbursting, but now you're getting full pattern impact, and it's actually a lot more impressive, I think. And finally, the king of chokes, the full choke. It's worth mentioning now we're using Compex 28-gram fibre wads, and if you change your pattern, the best way to do that, if you want to change your pattern, the best way to do that is by changing your cartridge, really, more than changing your choke. You'll notice a massive variation in pattern as opposed to choke through cartridge changery. One. Because we generally love full choke so much, because it just makes dust of things, we're going to shoot a couple more for you with the full, just to prove a point that full choke isn't too much choke. Whoa!
Dust.
Dust. Whoa. So you've seen us out shooting clays, and yeah, every choke broke that clay. Some more satisfactory than others, granted. What does that actually mean? So now we're out in the field. Same shells, same gun. Let's shoot an 8-inch disc all down there. Alright. Ready. Compex 28-gram fibre wads at 25 yards. Killed the cardboard. Through a skeet choke. Let's go grab it. There we go. Cylinder choke. 25 yards. Full force of the pattern. About here. But a fairly even spread, and as you can see, that will break just about all clays at 25 yards. Problem is, if you have one clay here, it's only one pellet hitting it, and with cheap cartridges that won't break it. However, certainly good enough towards here, the denser part of the pattern. Let's move up, shall we? Try quarter choke. Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, Winchester SX3, complex 28 gram fiberboard, 7/2. Quarter choke. Alright, certainly the power with which it hits the cardboard box changed a lot. Let's go get it. Alright guys, so that was the first one, that was the cylinder. This is the improved cylinder of the quarter. As you can see, we've got a much denser pattern there, a much denser pattern, and our killing ability is certainly going uphill. I say, again, always worth mentioning that every gun and every cartridge combination will be slightly different. But as you can see, the difference here between a cylinder and an improved cylinder is absolutely massive. Half time. Half choke, 25 yards. Improved modified, or 3/4 choke. Did the job, knocked the box over. SX3 full choke, complex 28 grammars, 25 yards. Shame we don't have any spare cardboard really. Alright, so there is your quarter choke that we shot. Now onto half choke. Actually, a lot of holes in this pattern, Firstly, okay, we're only working on a target area. This gun does shoot quite high. There's a lot of holes in this pattern, and this is why it's worth testing your gun. You know, if I was really worried, I'd have put 10 or 12 shots through at this same target just to see what actually happens with your half choke. However, if you go from that pattern, which is quite consistent to this, where there's quite a few holes across this piece of paper, cardboard stuff, yeah, you know, this is why you should test your guns. But even where it is not, when you're not got the holes, it's a very dense pattern by comparison. However, at the two, it would be a quarter choke for me. So there is your half choke, and there is the 3/4 choke for comparison. Much denser, and actually a much better, tighter pattern, much more consistent, lacking in holes, and as you can see, immense destructive power. You put a clay target anywhere in the middle of there and it was gonna be turned to absolute dust. So you've got a few tighter spots, but on the whole, again, like I said, this gun does shoot high, so the mass of the pattern is actually up here. That's pretty good. That's not bad in terms of actual target killing capacity. Brilliant. Alright guys, so 3/4 choke, full choke. Not a massive difference actually with these shells in this gun, but you can see the actual pattern is much more consistent and still very, very dense. So this is why it is important to pattern plate, because these two actually are much of a muchness. What the real telling thing will be to put them on a big pattern plate. These aren't technically pattern plates, this is more target testing. Actually check your density on target. As you can see, this gun shoots very high. It's probably definitely worth mentioning again. So this isn't technically pattern plating, guys, this is actually target testing. Putting something out, which is, I say, a clay target is about that big, but this will be your sort of general kill zone anywhere within that. This is why you test your cartridges, actually see their performance on point of impact, as well as your actual point of impact by comparison to the target. Full, 3/4. I mean, this is the big comparison that people really want to know the difference between. Here is a cylinder choke and here is a full choke. I could spend all my time sat here counting these, but with 7.5, there's so many balls on target that it doesn't make that much difference. Target. You know, but you've got what? At 35 on there and probably best part of 70 or 80 on there. We might sit down and count them, but we probably won't. Take your guns out, shoot them at circles, see where your pattern hits, and see how dense your pattern is with the cartridges you use. Don't just shoot one, shoot many. It's certainly worth learning your gun. It pays dividends in the end. It really does pay dividends. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.